Yeah, I like how you do that, dude. It's cute. But yeah, your touchy topic, episode 1. Sam on Sam hate. Gotta say it's sad. Ridiculous. Shouldn't have hate in the fam. We have enough hate from the outsiders. Shouldn't bring it into the fam. But kind of a given. I mean, like you said, it comes from drama, and anytime you put 2+ humans together, there is gonna be room for drama. Sad truth to face, but truth nonetheless. Possible and very likely. My personal opinion, I think it comes from like 2 people that have beef, and then they get like their boyfriends or their girlfriends involved, and then their homies, and their girlfriends' homies, and their homies of homies, and and then you got this group of juggalos hating this group of juggalos, and yeah, it's kind of sad to see that happening to the family, but like you said, there's not much you can do about it. Yeah. Another thing I think it comes from, I mean, you touched on it a little bit in your video, how people call people fake or whatever because they don't have much merchandise, or they don't have tattoos, or they don't know lyrics, or they don't go to concerts or gatherings or whatever. A lot of the fam on fam hate is centered around the word fake. In my opinion, I think you should never call somebody fake when it comes to being a juggalo, because one of the main things about being a juggalo is not judging other people, and if you're calling someone fake, then that's judging them. I don't think it's acceptable in any case at all. You think someone is fake, and you might have valid reasons to think that they're fake. I don't think it gives you a right to open your mouth and call them fake. If they really are fake, then their true colors will eventually show, and they will probably drop it. Realize it's a phase, or they only did it because they dated a juggalo, or whatever the case. If they really are, then they're eventually going to drop it. So you don't need to open your mouth about it and call it fake. That, to me, I think that's the biggest thing that causes hate in the juggalo family. I know from first-hand experience, when I started high school, I'd never even heard of juggalos and juggalettes, never even heard of psychopathic records, never even heard someone say ICP. I don't think I'd ever even seen a hatchet man. My middle school was super, super sheltered. Then I started high school and met a few juggalos, started hanging out with them. They always, bumped to ICP and shit. Started listening to it, getting into it, getting a feel for it and everything. And at this high school, there was 2 groups of juggalos. Literally. We had I'm going to say 30 juggalos in our high school. For North Carolina, that's a lot of juggalos in one high school. So, but it was divided. There was the old school juggalos, which was mostly seniors, whatever, higher classmen, and then there was the new juggalos. Holy shit. Something just hit my window. That was scary. Anyways, there was 2 sets of juggalos, and so I started getting into it and everything. Well, these the old school juggalos, they like called everybody else fake, pretty much. Anybody that wasn't in their little group was fake. And this was their thing. They said that you were fake if you bought your psychopathic gear from Hot Topic. Because their side of the story was, just anybody can go and buy an ICP shirt from Hot Topic. It's just because they think it looks cool. But a real juggalo will buy their stuff from Hatchet Gear. Yeah. Yeah, they really thought that. Stupid. Yeah, I know. They also called you fake if you wore, like, one of those fake Hatchet Man charms from, like, the mall or the flea market or whatever. They called you fake over that. They called you fake if you, like, didn't know the right lyrics. Like, you said it wrong. And I gotta admit, I'm bad about that. I don't get on the internet and look up lyrics. I just learn, parts that I like or whatever. Well, anyways, so, I was scared to come out and be like, hey, I'm a juggalo, and, let's be down with each other. I was scared to come out and say that to them, or, like, give them a whoop whoop, or, whatever, and because of all the hate. It was crazy, it was ridiculous, but eventually I was just like, fuck it, I really don't care what they're going to think of me. If they don't want to be my friends just because I'm new to it, like, really new to it, that's on them, that's their loss. The funny thing is, like, now, none of those people, claim it anymore. Like, they all dropped it. Like, as soon as they were, like, done with high school, it was like, fuck that shit, that was a phase, it was a kid thing, or whatever, and for me, it's been 7 years now. Yeah, like I said, I think a lot of it comes from the word fake, and, just like my story, made the point, if, they're fake, or whatever, then it's eventually going to show. 9 times out of 10, the people that's calling somebody fake is actually the person that is fake. Like I said, I don't think you should call anybody fake, even if you do have valid reasons. That causes a lot of hate, causes a lot of drama, and shit that shouldn't be in the family. That's basically my opinion on that. Also, I witnessed some hate at the gathering. This year was my first gathering. It's so wonderful. It's really, like, the best experience in my whole life. You can never describe the feeling that you get at the gathering. But, everybody has their little mishaps at the gathering. You got little shit that fucking seems like a bummer. Well, this was our first year. We knew we was going to have those things. We just kept pulling through, pushing through, whatever, blowing it off, whatever. Lost a few things. We was like, fuck it, we're at the gathering. Well, I think it was the night that we was waiting for Lotus to come up, and my brother had jacked mine and my boyfriend's lighter, the only lighter that we had, and we was sitting waiting for Lotus to come up. We wanted to light a blunt, and then we didn't have a lighter. We was asking everybody, hey man, you got a lighter? Hey man, you got a lighter? Hey, what's up, you got a lighter? I'll smoke this blunt with you, you got a lighter. Just let me use the lighter for 5 seconds, please. And amazingly, nobody had a lighter. It was weird. Anyways, and, this girl that some of you probably know, I don't really know her all that well, never really talked to her or anything. This girl, her friends or whatever start walking up. And her name's Touchy, the one with the pink hair. They start walking up the little ramp where we're sitting. And we asked the dude she was with, hey man, you got a lighter? We're trying to light a blunt, smoke with you. He was like, nah man, we ain't got a lighter. And actually, it wasn't me asking, it was my boyfriend. Well, I was asking these people people, and he was asking these people, you know, we just trying to find a lighter. We just smoked it with like 10 people. Somebody just gave us a lighter. Well, we asked that girl, that 2K let girl or whatever, and she gets pissed off because we asked her to bum a lighter for 5 seconds, and she was like, "Fuck you, you little fake bitch, you shouldn't even fucking be here." Now, I don't get that. That's completely uncalled for. Yeah, there is hate in the Juggalo family. Most of the time that's like, you know, between people that's got beef, like I said, or whatever, but to be hating on Sam at the gathering, Juggalo Island, the most wonderful place in the world, and that's ridiculous. I hope to never see, I mean, I plan on going to many gatherings. I mean, that was the worst experience that I had at the gathering, because, I mean, it hurt me to see hate at the gathering. I mean, everybody else there showed us love, but just this one chick brought me down so bad. I hope I never experience that again. I plan on going to every gathering from here on out, but yeah, I hope I don't ever experience something like that again. I hope that nobody else experiences anything like that, because that's stupid. But yeah, that's my opinion on fam hate. I will do some more video responses to your other touchy topics, because I love you guys. Much motherfucking wicked clown love. Whoop whoop. Peace.